Now let's shift our attention to Shem. I believe Shem is haplogroup DE. Haplogroup DE is a human Y chromosome DNA haplogroup. It is defined by the single nucleotide polymorphism SNP mutations, YAP. DE is unique because it is distributed in several geographical distinct clusters. An independent subclade, haplogroup D, is mainly found in East Asia, parts of Central Asia, and the Andaman Islands, but also sporadically in West Africa and West Asia. The other immediate subclades, haplogroup E, is common in Africa and to a lesser extent the Middle East and Europe. According to the paper titled New Binary Polymorphisms Reshape and Increase Resolution of the Human Y Chromosomal Haplogroup Tree, and it reads, haplogroup D chromosomes have not been found anywhere outside of Asia. The likely place of origin of this haplogroup D lineages are most commonly found in Central Asia, Tibet, and in Japan, and are also present at low frequencies in Southeast Asia and among Andaman Islanders. Haplogroup E. This makes haplogroup E by far the most mutationally diverse of all major Y chromosome clades. These polymorphisms define 56 distinct haplogroups, which can be found at high frequencies in Africa, at moderate frequencies in the Middle East and Southern Europe, and with occasional occurrences in Central and South Asia. Early human populations that can best be represented by the descendants of haplogroup DE would be the basal Eurasians, because haplogroup DE is an early Eurasian lineage. Frequency of Y-DNA haplogroup E in modern populations and hypothetical migration route from its ancestor, clade DE, in Southwest Asia, the Middle East. Haplogroup E arrived in Africa about 77,000 years ago and diversified in the Horn of Africa. It arrived together with specific West Eurasian alleles and later also diffused into various Paleo-African populations, as well as among the ancient North Africans, which were a population indigenous to northern Africa and distinctly related or ancestral to modern West Eurasians. Haplogroup E and DE have a Middle Eastern origin. Haplogroup E migrated into Africa as part of a mass migration of basal Eurasians, ancestral West Eurasians, and then diffused and diversified within Africa, specifically the Horn of Africa, Northeast Africa. Haplogroup DE, next to CF, were the basal Eurasian lineages which expanded from the Middle East. The common ancestral lineage Y-DNA Adam is suggested to have originated somewhere in the Middle East or the Iranian plateau. Massive Eurasian migration and following admixture created the many different African populations of today and are the reason for the high genetic diversity observed in sub-Saharan Africa. In other words, modern African people, sub-Saharan Africans, form from indigenous Paleo-African groups and intrusive Afro-Sans, basal Eurasians and ancient North Africans. Finally, there is the fact why haplogroup E is dominant among non-hunter-gatherers in Africa and is within the Eurasian subclade DE, while indigenous African hunter-gatherers belong to haplogroups A, A00, and B. Haplogroup E actually back-migrated to Africa and overpowered the indigenous populations of Africa, which is haplogroups A and B, which would be the Hamites. This is why haplogroup E is considered to be Afro-Mediterranean. A new study concluded that there was a massive migration of non-African Eurasians back into Africa about 70,000 years ago, spreading the Eurasian haplogroups such as E and its parent DE within Africa, before additional waves of Eurasian admixture. Modern Africans are thus descendant of Paleo-Africans, which is haplogroups A and B, and Afro-Sans, which is haplogroup E, which merged in Africa between 70,000 years ago and 40,000 years ago. According to the paper, carriers of mitochondrial DNA microhaplogroup L3 basal lineages migrated back to Africa from Asia around 70,000 years ago. It reads, the split of the Y chromosome composite DE haplogroup is very similar to the age of mtDNA L3, and Eurasian origin and back migration to Africa has been proposed for the African Y chromosome haplogroup E. This correlation rather seems to be the result of a joint and global replacement of the old autochthonous male and female African lineages by the new Eurasian incomers. Basically, haplogroup E was a Eurasian lineage that entered into Africa, replacing the autochthonous or the indigenous African populations, because haplogroup A and B is considered to be true African or Paleo-African, whereas haplogroup E is considered to be Afro-Mediterranean. It came into Africa and began to conquer the region. So Shem's descendants are believed to have settled both Asia and Africa. Shem would have been the father of Afro-Asiatic Semitic populations. According to Britannica, a Semite, a member of a people speaking any of the group of related languages presumably derived from a common language, Semitic. And according to Britannica, Semitic languages that form a branch of the Afro-Asiatic language phylum. Members of the Semitic group are spread throughout North Africa and Southwest Asia and have played a prominent role in the linguistic and cultural landscape of the Middle East for more than 4,000 years. And according to the freedictionary.com, Afro-San, a large member of the related languages spoken in Asia and Africa. Semitic, a major branch of the Afro-Asiatic language family. And as we can see, Afro-Asiatic languages are spread in both Africa and Asia, but it's the Semitic family of Afro-Asiatic that is seen in both Asia and Africa, the most widespread of the Afro-Asiatic languages. Therefore, I believe Shem is haplogroup DE, since Afro-Asiatic populations descend from this haplogroup, more specifically haplogroup E-P2 or EV38/M35. According to the book In Hot Pursuit of Language and Prehistory, it reads, most of the Afro-Asiatic speakers shared the lineage defined by Yap descendant called PN2-215-M35. And according to the book titled The Genetics of African Populations in Health and Disease, it reads, for example, Underhill et al. 2000 state that the V38/M35 lineage was carried into the Near East from Africa in the Mesolithic. This V38/M35 in Africa corresponds to the TAQI49AFV. It is far more likely that pre-Proto-Semitic speakers went into the Near East at this time, where Semitic languages have long since dominated. And according to the paper titled Y Chromosome E Haplogroups, Their Distribution and Implication to the Origin of Afro-Asiatic Languages and Pastoralism, it reads, the Proto-Afro-Asiatic group carrying the E-P2 mutation may have arrived at this point in time and subsequently gave rise to the different major population groups, including current speakers of the Afro-Asiatic languages and pastoralist populations. Haplogroup E actually overlaps quite nicely with Afro-Asiatic populations, as we can see. But haplogroup DE is a unique lineage from all other Y DNA chromosomes. Haplogroup DE has a specific gene that haplogroup A and B and CF doesn't have, called YAP. Only people who descend from haplogroup DE has this unique genetic marker. The most well-known unique event polymorphism that defines DE is the Y chromosome allele polymorphism YAP. The mutation was caused when a strand of DNA called an allele inserted a copy of itself into the Y chromosome. Hence, all chromosomes belonging to DE, D, E, and their subclades are YAP positive. All Y chromosomes that belong to other haplogroups and subclades are YAP negative. According to the paper titled YAP Signature of an African Middle Eastern Migration into Northern India, it reads, YAP, an allele insertion polymorphism found on human Y chromosome, is present in 2 lineages worldwide corresponding to haplogroup E and haplogroup D polymorphisms respectively. First lineage, belonging to haplogroup D, is specific to Japan and other Southeast Asian populations, while haplogroup E is confined to Sub-Saharan African, Middle Eastern, and Southern European populations. This YAP positive marker that only people who descend from haplogroup DE have, to me gives more credence to 3 ancestral nodes for Shem, Ham, and Japheth, since haplogroups A and B and CF are YAP negative. It makes sense to divide the 3 haplogroup branches as such. Haplogroup DE is perfectly in the middle of haplogroup A and B and CF lineages. With that being said, the model I assign is this. The African haplogroup A and B is Ham, the Eurasian haplogroup CF is Japheth, and the Asian and African haplogroup DE is Shem. I end with this. We all descend from Noah, a righteous man, a great prophet, and a man chosen by the Most High.
But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
And with that being said, be blessed and shalom.